China hold 80% of the UAE's total steel import. Up until 2015, the UAE received 50,000 metric tons of steel from China alone, which has now increased by 90,000 metric tons in 2023, double the amount used in the construction of the Burj Khalifa. The UAE is a significant market for construction, and in recent years, substantial investment has flown into real estate sector. According to predictions, this trend will continue to rise in upcoming years. This 80% dependence of China for steel has led to unfair treatment for countries like India, South Korea and Turkey, which used to be top supplier of steel to the UAE. The UAE is not alone in this situation. The USA and Europe are also major importers of steel from China. The situation has deteriorated to such an extent that even among the top 10 steel producer countries like India are compelled to import steel from China. This is due to the free and fair trade norms mandated by the World Trade Organization. China's manufactured cheap steel has become an alternative for many countries' domestic steel markets, harming their domestic economies. However, it seems China is exploiting this by dumping their steel into other countries' markets. The Chinese faulty economic model is primary reason behind this. Let's understand more in today's video. What is China's dumping? China is dumping excess steel and other manufactured goods such as solar panels, electric vehicles into foreign markets at lower prices. This is driven by overproduction and subsidies provided by Chinese government. Why China is dumping their goods? China is dumping its excess product because of a domestic overcapacity issue. Due to low demand in China and a crisis in its real estate sector, China produces far more goods than it consumes. By exporting this good at lower prices, China seeks to manage its surplus production and maintain its industrial output. Does India know about China's dumping? Yes, India is aware of China's dumping. The Indian Steel Ministry has requested the Commerce and Ministry of Heavy Industry to investigate cheaper steel import from China and Vietnam. The Director General of Trade Remedies has also proposed extending countervailing duties on welded stainless steel pipes and tubes imported from China and Vietnam. Does China dump its cheaper steel elsewhere apart from India? Yes, China exports its excess goods to various other countries, including the United States, Brazil, Cambodia, Chile, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates. This widespread dumping had led to trade measures and tariffs being imposed by these countries to protect their domestic industries. What worldwide reaction to China's dumping? Countries around the world has responded by imposing duties and tariffs on Chinese goods. The USA, for instance, has imposed tariffs up to 25% of certain Chinese steel products and has taken steps to prevent circumventions of these tariffs. Similarly, South American countries like Brazil, Cambodia, Chile has launched or are preparing trade measures to tackle the surge of Chinese imports. Let's look at the China's false economic propaganda. China often portrays its economy as robust and thriving through state-controlled media and official statistics. However, this portrayal is often viewed with skepticism, as it may not accurately reflect underlying economic issues such as overcapacity, debt, and insufficiency within its industries. Why China does not reveal its real economic data? China may not reveal its real economic data for several reasons. Accurate data on economic problems might lead to a panic or loss of confidence among the investor and the public. The Chinese government tightly controls information to maintain its political authority and avoid any dissent that might arise from economic dissatisfaction. Revealing economic weaknesses could undermine China's position in trade negotiation and its standing in the global economy. Keeping high true economic data allows China to maneuver its economic policies without external pressure or scrutiny. How China's cheap dumping products harm countries' domestic markets. Chinese goods often sold at lower price than those of local products due to subsidies and economies of scale undercut domestic prices. This makes it difficult for local producers to compete, potentially leading to reduced scale and market share from domestic companies. Persistent underpricing the Chinese export can lead to the decline of local industries. Small and medium enterprises in particular may struggle to survive, leading to closure and job losses. When domestic companies are unable to compete with the lower price of Chinese imports, they may reduce investment in innovation, research and development, and expansion. This stifles the overall growth and advancement of local industries. An influx of cheap Chinese goods can contribute to trade imbalance, increasing a country's trade deficit. This can have broader economic implications, including affecting currency stability and international credit rating. To compete with low-price import, local companies might cut corners, leading to reduced quality of products. This can harm consumer and damage to reputation of domestic brands. Over time, rely on cheap imports can lead to a decrease in domestic production capability. This dependency can be determined in the long term, especially if the supply from China is disrupted due to political or economic reasons. You may have seen similar circumstances in present day. The decline of domestic industries can lead to a loss of skilled labor, as factories close or downsize. Workers may be forced into lower paying or less secure jobs, leading to a degradation of the skilled workforce over time. What measure can be taken against Chinese dumping? Imposing tariffs on imported goods priced below fair market value. Levying tariffs to counteract the subsidies provided by foreign government to their exporters. Conducting thorough investigation to gather evidence of dumping and its impact on domestic industries. Encouraging local industries to improve competitiveness through research and development and scaling operations. Collaborating with other countries facing similar issues to implement coordinated trade measures.